Today I'm doing a very special Why I Drive on this 2008 Suzuki Carry Kei Truck that, as you can see, has been wide-bodied and slammed to the ground. We're going to find out why the owner decided to build his Kei Truck and, of course, what it takes to drive one of these things here in Vancouver. Let's go. So right here is the owner of this crazy cool truck. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Harry and I drive this Suzuki Carry. It's 2008.
Now, why do you drive not just a Kei truck, but a wide-bodied Kei truck?
Well, to begin with, I love Kei cars in general, and Kei cars are very light, they're fun, they're very cute looking, and yeah, I just want to make it very special, very personalize it, so I added the Widebody kit.
Yeah, and it's funny, we parked in a small car spot. Out of all the spots right here, I don't know why, it just says that. But, you know, regardless of that, how did you find out they even made a kit for this?
Did a bunch of research. Originally, I wanted the older generation of the Suzuki Carry where it had a rounded design. And yeah, I just did a lot of research on what brand makes Widebody kit and ended up finding this company called ESB. They're from Osaka. And they make a lot of wide-body kits for smaller, like Kei cars and Miatas and just small cars in general. And yeah, I fell in love with the design and ordered the kit, and here we have.
How much does this kit cost to order?
So essentially the whole kit, the fenders, the lip, and I've got this battery cover, which is super cool. That also includes the wheels. They're also made by ESB. I would say the whole kit would cost me about $7 grand.
$7 Canadian?
Yeah, $7 Canadian.
Wow, so that's how much it costs for the kit, basically. And the lowering springs, are they included in the kit?
No, that is from a different company called GT Performance. It's also a small company that dedicated to making performance parts for Kei trucks. And yeah, so the front is lowered on coilovers and the back is lowered. It's got a lowered leaf spring, so it can sit very low on there.
Yeah, you can see right here underneath, there is the leaf spring. Now, have you actually used this for any towing things or truck stuff?
Yeah, funny thing, I actually have a JDM brand that I own, and I sell design merch and all kinds of car accessories. So I often go to car shows and I'll have my booth set up in the back, and I'll tow it around and have my booth set up inside my truck. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So you do actually use it in horse stuff?
Definitely.
Now, what's it like driving this on the highways and around Vancouver?
I love cruising in this in the city because it's just very chill, and definitely getting a lot of heads turned. Sometimes a little bit too much attention to my liking, but on the highway, it does struggle on a little bit on the highway speed because I have to like stand on the gas pedal to get it up to a highway speed. Yeah. But other than that, I love driving this. It's just so fun.
And do people let you in on the road? Because I've been driving around Vancouver the last few days and it is chaos. Like, it is so chaotic that, if you don't know, the government in British Columbia took on insurance as their own business because it was just getting too bad, right?
Right.
So what's it like? Do people let you in? Are they nice to you or not?
Yeah, no, people are quite nice. I think they're more focused on the truck, so they do allow me to get in the lane. So
they don't cut you off and stuff?
No.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad they don't cut you off. Now, this truck, you've got a few modifications on the front too. Are these clear tail lights, clear side markers? What else have you done to it?
Obviously upgraded to LED, and the side markers are sequential, and the rear lights are also sequential as well, so I just updated some lightings.
And the bumper, is that the factory front bumper?
Factory front bumper, but it's got like a little lip on the bottom of it. That's part of the ESB kit.
Oh, okay, so that's added to it. Now,
yeah.
Interior wise, if I open this up, you've done some crazy stuff in here, right?
Yeah, got a little crazy with the interior because it was too bland to begin with. So I've added a Recaro bucket seat in there just so I can like not get thrown around so much in this tin can. And I've added a Nardi steering wheel just so, I don't know, I love Nardi, so.
And this is a manual. Did they make them in auto?
Yeah, they do. But obviously manual's better.
And have you done like, you know, rev matching, downshifting, clutch drops in this thing, or is it more just a town cruiser?
I've tried to do all that, but it's a little tough with the pedal position. You're kind of like driving a truck, a bus, so to speak. So it's a little bit awkward.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
How much horsepower do these actually have?
I think on paper it's 50 horsepower, but I don't know, probably less than that for real life.
Where's the engine? Like, how do I see the engine?
To see the engine, for now, it's kind of difficult because I'll have to remove the bucket seat to access the engine, but the engine's right underneath the seat.
Oh, so you've basically locked yourself in.
Pretty much.
So when you do an oil change, you got to remove the bucket seat.
Yes, but I still say the bucket seat is worth.
And is it true that they race these in Japan?
Yeah, big time. They actually, when I bought the suspension, it came with a pamphlet where it's promoting a Kei Truck series, a racing series in Japan. So yeah, they do have a lot of Kei Truck racing series and also Kei car racing series in Japan. Yeah.
Is this your only sort of collectible Kei vehicle? Do you have others and plan to get more?
Definitely plan to get more. There's a couple of wish lists, but yeah, well, I'll have to wait. Yeah, because they're not ready to be imported yet.
So what would be like your dream vehicle?
Well, there is one that I'm really hesitating on getting. It's the AZ1 from Mazda. That one's available to be imported, but it's just such a rare car that it might be hard to source parts to fix them up and just maintenance and all that. It's it's giving second thoughts, but that's definitely one of the top wish lists.
And would you modify it too?
I would, 100%.
That would be awesome. Well, do you mind if we take this thing for a ride and see what it's like?
Yeah, of course.
What? That thing sounds like a proper like tuner car. I did not expect that.
Thanks.
From a little Kei truck. Oh my goodness. All right. You don't have much luggage space, do you?
I don't. I mean, I've got all the space in the back.
Yeah, I guess we got the whole bed, but in here it is quite small, quite cramped. You got parking brake, a little shift knob, and then like that's it. If I lift this up, you can see my leg room. Got a few inches, maybe. There we go. That's not so bad. Oh, you've got an electronic camera.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Modern creature comforts.
You gotta need those.
So funny to me that you put a Recaro racing seat and you put a full-on wide body on this thing. Like, that's more than this truck costs probably in mods alone.
Yes.
How much did these go for?
I mean, you can pick them up really cheap. I just decided to pick one that's like clean enough so I don't have to do much work. But I'd say like roughly $3,000 to $5,000 Canadian.
Wow.
You could get them here. So yeah, they're pretty affordable.
So you spent $3,000 to $5,000 to buy it, and then you've spent $7,000 on the wide body, the wheels, and then plus the Recaro, plus the steering wheel,
Yes.
and everything else.
Yeah, definitely put way more money into this than what it cost me to own it. Yeah.
And does it make you as happy as you thought it would? Did it live up to your expectations?
Oh yeah, 100%. I've fully committed to this build, and it's just it's something that I enjoy every day. So no regrets.
Is this your daily driver?
Yeah, it is. I take this out a lot of the time when I do like grocery shopping, whatever. So yeah, I drive this a lot.
That's crazy to me, driving this thing in Vancouver every day. I mean, I guess it probably gets good fuel economy, right?
Yeah, very good fuel economy. It's takes about like less than $50 to fill up the whole tank, and I can get a lot of miles out of this.
And you've got a little sticker too. Is this your company?
Yes, so I made and designed this stickers, and a lot of these air fresheners, I do them as well.
Wow. So is that kind of your business, and then this is like a promotional piece of your business as well as your hobby?
It's definitely part of it because the brand is called Midnight Combini, and Combini means convenience store. So this being a pickup truck and a lot of it is like about getting groceries. So, you know, it kind of fits in with the whole vibe and theme.
Yeah. Now, for somebody that wants to buy one of these, what should you look out for?
Definitely rust. Just in general, cars from Japan, they tend to have rust, and these being work trucks, they're often used in very harsh environments. So yeah, watch out for the rust.
And that's kind of the biggest thing, nothing else?
Nothing else. These are very robust. They're very cheap to maintain. Everything else is just very simple.
Now, I've heard talks about them banning K trucks. Is that something that concerns you?
Not really. I don't know. Like, in fact, the K cars and K trucks, they are gaining so much attention and popularity. I think they're here to stay.
So you're gonna just keep on enjoying it. Do you have any future plans for this thing?
I do. I do have a very ambitious plan to turbo this thing. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's gonna be a big project.
What kind of turbo? Just custom, or do they make one for this car?
Yeah, I did my research already. They do already make a turbo kit for this. Nothing crazy. I do plan on enjoying it, driving it a lot more with the turbo on. I don't want to break the motor, so yeah, the kit that comes with it's pretty conservative.
And if you put the turbo on, how much horsepower are you hoping to make?
Well, advertised it was triple the horsepower, so it would be 150 horsepower. I don't know if we'll reach that, but I'd be happy with a double horsepower.
That would be crazy, 150 horsepower in this thing. Well, thank you so much for taking me for a lap around the parking garage. It has been my honor to find out more about this truck. As soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted to interview you because nobody else, I think, is crazy enough to do this, at least in Canada.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. If you want to follow you, where can they find you?
I'm on Instagram. It's midnight_Konbini, Konbini.
There we go. If you want to be in a Why Drive, the link is down below. Maybe I will come and interview you and your car. You can apply. In the meantime, never ever quit on your dreams. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, God loves you.